Hello, everyone. Hi, this is Shelly here. I'm from Transformational Journeys, and I'm here to provide you some insights about developing growth in the Asian market from our webinar. And then those questions are all coming from the attendees in the webinar, and they have different business challenges. So I decided to make this video series. So firstly, I would still appreciate if you could, fill in this our business growth pursuits survey. So this survey actually shows you different challenges you are facing at the moment. So we want to get the most updated insights so we can better design our catalyzing program for you to develop your capability, confidence, and accountability in this field. So here is the Bible link. If you could copy it and then to complete a survey, that would be great. So today's topic is about how to engage with this market. So I get many people asking me this question constantly, and then they all want to know the shortcut or the faster way to really reach this market. So let's get started. The simple answer for me to tell you for over my 16 years experience is the emotional connection. So also it's called the art of emotional engagement. Without emotional connection, you just can't build a link between your product and services to your target audience. Because so here is your how you can make this is your product and also your services. This is your target market. How are you going to build a bridge? How are you going to link them together? That's through emotional connection. That's the common ground between those two. Because when you design your product and services, it must be some benefits for your customers emotionally. It must be a solution for them and can not only to fix the practical problem they're facing on a daily basis, but also help them emotionally. You need to find that, and then you need to use that attributes to position that in the mindset of your target market. That's what I mean. So that means you actually have to be aware about two very much. So you have to be aware of all the attributes in your product and services, and you have to also be aware all the attributes and personalities, characteristics in your target market. That's why in the target market video, I stressed you better start from a narrow down the target market, not start as like a broad, like Asian. You have to narrow down what type of Asian and where they are and what kind of personality are, what you want to target. So make your task easier. And then we talk about those three emerging kind of target market. I encourage my attendees in the webinar to try to find a link between their product and services with those three groups, because those three groups, in my view, has a great financial power for you to target. So that means that they can afford most of your product and services. And they also are not that hard to reach. For example, if you wanted to reach the luxury market or the rich Asian, we call it, and there are a lot of channels you have to go through before you can reach them. That also means a lot of marketing budget spending as well. If you are running, a big budget, and you really your product is based on the luxury nature, so go for it. There are different approaches. I can tell you how to reach that. But here I am. I understand most of New Zealand businesses, they still are like a small to medium size. So that's why they want to target middle class, single woman. Why? You may feel like, but, have you heard about Singles Day? And then one day sale last year, 2017, was over $25 billion. And then that's for Singles Day. That means for people who celebrate being single. And then most of those consumers are women. So that's a huge market. for you to really to draw your attention to your product's features. So that's why I think it's the second powerful market. And the third is the family market. I will share a little bit more in other video in my campaign why we got this conclusion, why the young Asian families who living overseas has a lot of buying power. It's also because of the good emotional connection as well. I'm going to explain later. But here I'm going to use an example and the Volkswagen campaign I did in 2008 for Volkswagen Shanghai. So what we have is a $4 million Chinese yuan, which is about $800,000 New Zealand dollars campaign. The Volkswagen team want to spend this budget on TV commercial, and what they want to do is to film a TV commercial and then shows the power of this new model, the new car model, and then shows how powerful it is and how good it's being controlled for men. And then I just, as a production manager for them, I challenged them and said, what you want to target middle class here in China. But the thing is, the middle class here doesn't really want their car to be powerful. They want their car to be safe. So their families got protected. And then you think the feeling of being controlled is very important. But actually, for those middle class, what they care more is about their social status, is the feeling of success in the society. So, and then Volkswagen realized there's a cultural difference here in different markets. So they took my advice and they took my suggestion. We used a majority of our budget to make a talk show. In this talk show, we invite different business elites in China to talk about their journey, to talk about their challenges, to talk about how they conquer those challenges, to share with those middle class who are still on this journey, who still want to learn more and achieve more. So that has become a very good rating talk show, and also provide middle class a lot of useful tips. So that's why the sales increased very fast. I think it's 20%, and the awareness increased 10%. So you can see by building this emotional connection, you actually can gain a lot for your business growth. So it's a lot of business, they think we have to put our product feature first, as a priority to promote. But actually it's not. It's not about your product feature. It's about some of the benefits of your product can create to meet the unmet needs of your target market. That's what I call the bridge of emotional connection. So in a Harvard Business Review, and they also tell audience, so for emotional connection, actually is better than customer satisfaction. You can improve your customer satisfaction, through those ways. But for the emotional connections, I'm just going to go back to this emotional connection slides. You can see you can actually increase your percentage of emotional connect customers. This is from a research they did on emotional connection. But if you look at the last one, actually more than a 50% increase in the rate of same-store sale growth. So they monitor that. When you use different approaches and when you use the emotional connection strategy, in your team, in your strategy, you can achieve 50% more increase. So how about that? So that means it's really worth your time to learn how to find the emotional connection between your offering and your target market. Before I end this video, my question for you to think about today is, how can your product and services you make customer I think it's probably how can your product and services make your customer life easier? And how will your product services benefit customers' life? And what is your target customers' problems, challenges, and dreams? The reason I ask those three questions is because if you are clear about the answers, you can clearly build an emotional connection with your target market. So I will see you in the next video about another topic in developing growth in the Asian market.